Hey everyone, welcome to this video guide where I show you how to get... Hey everyone, I usually keep my Vin Sphere at 12 out of 12, so we put 7 points in it, we'll get plus 5 skills on it, and that'll bring us to 20% damage absorption, and of course conversion is a provides its nullification effects. We get to provide possibly my favorite of trading these pieces out. I think maybe the Necrolord Shroud. But yeah, I don't care about the type either. I will constantly be cycling skeletons when we actually get into the field. Now, under devotion. So our devotion layout is mostly about, like, supporting the theme, I guess, which is Albrecht's Aether Ray with skeletons. So let's start. We have Aether Fire on the Imp, as usual, and we have...
Welcome guys. My name is Sinitar, and this video is something very special for me. It is something that warms my heart, and if you know what original Gothic series is, if you remember that is one of the Kairos and Crown something else. Gothic 2 is back, because Irdorat is mana and the weapon skills. And huge territory to explore. We hundreds of system is making your gameplay much more relevant. Right? Yeah.
Hi, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pox again. So today I have kind of a rather different video for you guys. And I know I don't really talk about too much of this on my live stream, but I can talk about it here on my YouTube for you guys. So I want to actually go ahead and compare Grim Dawn and Path of Exile. I did do this I think 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago on my YouTube channel, but I want to give you guys a more updated look. Now this is not really going to have much gameplay in it. I'm just going to kind of show you a little bit of both games, but this is not like an action combat video, so if that's what you're looking for, I'm sorry, you might have to look somewhere else. So first off, just to show you guys, I want to give you guys a little bit of a, I guess, background. I have about 400 hours in Grim Dawn. I've played about 300 of those hours in Hardcore in Grim Dawn. I have not played any of the expansion content in Hardcore, but I've already got a level 100 character that I started from scratch here. I have about, I want to say, close to 18,000 hours in Path of Exile, with 2 level 100 characters in Hardcore. So it's not like I'm brand new to either of these games. I've been playing quite a few of these, I guess, action role-playing games for quite a bit. So, step 1 is going to be the skill tree and customization of both games, because in my opinion, this is the most important thing for me, is the progression of characters, but more importantly, I guess, just the customization, because you want to feel different than other people, right? That's, I mean, in my opinion, that's why I play video games, is to be able to do whatever I want to do. So Path of Exile's skill tree customization is actually amazing. There are so many different things that you can do because of the way the skill tree works. So essentially you have a giant passive tree with like 1,400 multiplayer online. You can find some cheaters and stuff. So typically you'll just stay to yourself or a couple friends. When you hit max level in both of these games, oh, I guess there's kind of a big difference there. Hitting max level in Path of Exile will take you a large amount of time. Hitting level 100 is something that most people don't really get to. Of recently, the game has become quite a bit more noob-friendly, so hitting level 100 is a lot easier. In Grim Dawn, you hit level 100 pretty easily. So Path of Exile, I would say you would hit anywhere from 2 weeks to, for the casual player, I would say, I don't know, 2 weeks to even 2 months. Grim Dawn should not take you more than a week to hit max level. But Grim Dawn has, I personally would say, a lot more customization and in-depth when it comes to your gear, because your gears have like a waterfall of stats on them, with the set bonuses, the components you add, and everything else. Whereas Path of Exile is a bit different in that regard. Even though you can do the exact same thing, I would personally say it's more based on like the leveling in PoE. There's definitely going to be a lot more to do in Path of Exile because Grim Dawn is limited to gear. So you would basically go into your map and you would go to like the act bosses and you would repeat the act bosses to legendary farm. You would kill like the higher tier bosses, the uber bosses, the celestial bosses, but that's pretty much about it. So if you're not really interested in basically like the gear hunt, you're probably going to get bored with Grim Dawn relatively soon after maxing a character, unless of course your goal is to kill these mythical and uber bosses. That may keep you entertained for quite a while. I myself on this character haven't even killed all the uber bosses. I haven't even seen all of them because some of them are just so difficult. Grim Dawn is also a lot more exploration focused, where Path of Exile is just more like, just grind, efficiency, go, go, go. But Path of Exile has quite a few options to it. So for example, in Path of Exile, we have something called an Atlas. I don't even remember. What's the keybind for the Atlas? G? Is it H? G? G. So there is an Atlas in Path of Exile. And this is kind of one of the main components of the game. Once you basically clear through the basic content and the chapters of the game and all the acts, you get to the Atlas, which is where you level. This is where you'll be doing all of your leveling to 100 unless you're doing unique maps. And this is where all of the endgame bosses are. You have like Shaper in here, for example, which would be the tier 17, which would be the highest tier of all the content in the game. But you have to really decide what you want to do, because you can decide to farm currency infinitely and fund your characters, because this is more of a player-driven economy, whereas Grim Dawn doesn't really have an economy. It's just, hey man, I have a legendary. Hey, do you want to trade? Okay. This has, actual, and there you go, people dying on the ladder, but this has an actual economy. Like I said, it's a lot more multiplayer oriented, even though there are options to playing by yourself. But like I said, you can do like Labyrinth, which is a separate mechanic to get enchants to sell. You can kill bosses. You can do the grind to level 100. Or you can do the same exact thing in Grim Dawn, where you could basically just level up your characters, have fun and enjoy them, and really like your build, and then get bored of it and just make a new character and start all over again. It really is up to
Vielleicht will er einfach nicht.
Keine Ahnung.
Franziska?
Das?
Ist da draußen nicht trotzdem irgendwelche...
Es wird wieder passieren. Es wird wieder passieren. Es wird wieder passieren.